What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu. You're watching the Ragin Ronin review. I got a review for you. Last night I watched Creed, and let me tell you something, the movie sucked. At no point in time does the band come out to perform ever in the entire movie. Alright, at all. I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and this is a poor attempt at humor. I'm going to stop right now. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. Let's start all over. So last night I watched Creed. And Creed is actually the 7th installment in the Rocky film franchise. Yes, the franchise is still alive, and it looks like it's gonna keep on going. You know, Rocky Balboa, the iconic and inspirational character in sports drama, made famous by Sylvester Stallone. Well, Rocky is back, but Rocky isn't, continuing his fighting career. Instead, he's gonna stand in the background and he's gonna train the title character, Creed. Now, I'm not talking about Apollo Creed, made famous by Carl Weathers. I'm talking about his son, Adonis Creed, played by Michael B. Jordan. Now, Creed is directed by Ryan Coogler, who also directed Michael B. Jordan in Fruitvale Station 2 years ago. I've never seen Fruitvale Station, but I read that it was a very good movie. Now, you put this director with this actor together, and good things happen. Because last night, what I saw was a pretty outstanding movie. Now, before I went into watching this film, I watched a couple of trailers, and I wasn't highly anticipating this film, but the moment that Rocky appeared in the teaser trailer was when I was sold. I was like, okay, this is cool. Like, this is actually part of the franchise. It continues the story. So that was really cool, and that's what sold me on this film. And the trailers just made it look really, really good. Now, I don't watch a whole lot of sports dramas. I'll be completely honest, I just don't. But this one looked good, and while it is a sports drama, it does carry a lot of the cliche things that happen in a lot of sports dramas, such as, they're fighting for something. Okay, whether it's power, money, respect, trying to connect with a family member or winning a prize money to save their family or whatever. We've seen that type of thing before. But I felt that what Adonis Creed was fighting for was actually something a lot bigger, something a little bit more profound, and that was the legacy, fighting for his family legacy, carrying on the Creed family name. After all, he never even met his father, but he knew of him. All right, he's like, his father's a complete stranger to him, but he knows of the stories, and he knows of the stories through the iconic character Rocky Balboa. So I love that connection there, and I also love the fact that it's not just about fighting for material things, it's fighting for legacy. And that is really important because he didn't originally carry the family name, but after learning to respect who his father was, he's starting to, his character's starting to develop, and then eventually we get to see a very, very triumphant return. So you see the character development there, you see the story development there, and it's a very, very progressive film, and it just gets more and more pumped and more exciting and more, you feel like quite a connection with the character and the story. So it's pretty awesome. Now, of course, like I said before, sports dramas are not complete unless they have their cliche things happening, such as, you throw in the romance there. They got that there. You throw in the training montages, okay? You throw in the boxing montages. That's all there. I'm not saying any of these things are bad things, but it's been done before. We've seen this type of thing before, but it's how they do them that makes it watchable, or make them fun to watch, rather. And the number one thing is the connection with the character. You gotta, Michael B. Jordan has to put on his A game for playing a character like the son of Apollo Creed. And he does, 100%. He is Adonis Creed in mind, body, and soul. He completely looks the part, he acts the part, and he is the part. I mean, he went through a lot of training. It almost looked like, Rocky Balboa himself trained him, which, in the movie it shows that he did, but, Michael B. Jordan really went through the ropes, and he did it all, because he looks like he really convinced me that he was a professional boxer. So that was awesome. Okay. And to top things off, it wasn't just a movie about fighting. You know, it was an emotional story. It's an inspirational story. There's a lot of heart in this movie, and I love the chemistry between Rocky and Adonis. And at first, it starts off pretty rocky, but you know, no pun intended. But then later on, you see the connection happen, and like I said, a lot of great character development. Now, the thing that I also love about this movie is that there's a lot of great nods to the original films. There's a lot of nods here and there. I mean, I'm not going to spoil them, but there are some moments where you get goosebumps if you are familiar with the previous films. But I gotta say that the best thing about this movie, other than the acting and the story, is Ryan Coogler's direction. Now, I've seen I've seen how a lot of boxing films and MMA films are directed, and you know, more or less they're the same kind of thing. But in Creed, we're treated to something quite different. In fact, the direction was something that really brought the audience into the movie. It almost like we were seeing it from the perspective of Adonis Creed, because one of the boxing sequences was filmed in a way where they did it in a very special and unique way, which made you feel like you were in the ring. You were in the ring as Adonis Creed. You were in the ring as his opponent. And then at some point in the movie, you were also in the ring in the coach's corner. You get to see it from all the different perspectives, and you felt like you were really in there. And there's this really great scene, and I don't think I'm going to spoil anything by saying this, but the camera just follows behind Creed and Rocky and his entourage as they walk through the hallway, through the audience, and into the ring, and you hear the music and the audience get louder and louder and louder, and it just really makes your heart just pumped up. Like, you are getting goosebumps because you're feeling like, okay, this is it. You know, you really feel nervous for his character. And when throughout the different fights, I'm just thinking that okay, you know, is he gonna win or lose? Is he gonna get knocked out? And you know, if he does get knocked out, you're thinking, okay, get up, right? So I was really into it, and I felt like cheering. It was that great of a movie. I felt that connected with the story, with the character, and you know, at some points in the movie, when he gets punched, you're like, ooh. And then once he punches someone out, you're like, yes. So it's a very, I would say it's a triumphant film. Okay, so I love this film. I thought it was, I gotta say that it's one of the best films of the year, and I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. If you're a boxing fan and a Rocky fan, you're gonna love this film. If you're not a boxing fan, I think you'll still really enjoy it for the acting and the story alone. It's a really good movie, and you gotta check it out. All right. So once again, 9 out of 10 for me. Definitely one of my top 10, maybe my top 5 films of 2015. And I'm definitely going to pick it up on Blu-ray. All right. So there you have it. That's all I got to say in this video. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you end up checking out Creed. And I hope to see this film, this get turned into a franchise, okay? Because I want to see the continuing story of Adonis Creed. And to top things off, last thing I want to say is that I am so glad that it was shot in Philly, okay? Philadelphia really plays a character in the movie, and it really felt like a blend of the old school and the new school. Michael B. Jordan represents the new school, but then whenever you saw Rocky around and him doing things really old school style, visiting the old gym, it felt like you were watching a Rocky film back in the 80s. So I love that mix of the two eras, and Ryan Coogler as a director, he did such a good job like paying homage to the original and really doing a service for the fans, as well as opening up for the new generation. So that was awesome. That's all I got to say in this video. As always, if you enjoyed this review, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. My name is Alex Yu. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.